Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Are you wondering what are some of the easiest survival foods that you could stockpile? Foods that are inexpensive, that you could pick up at nearly any grocery store, that can last for a long, long time, and then provide meals for your family no matter what the situation is. We know that there have been hard economic times for so many of us lately. We also know that there are fears from tariffs that their food prices are going to continue to skyrocket. And so while it may seem like food can become more unaffordable and budgets are tighter, if you can scrape together some extra money now, you might want to have a supply of these easy survival foods so that you can have food going forward. If prices continue to go up, the prices you pay today could be the least expensive you'll ever pay again. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know that prices seem to be always going up. If you look back through your whole life, there's probably nothing that's less expensive now than when you were maybe a child. I think there's a few items like, say, a VCR used to be like ridiculously expensive and then it was cheap. However, I don't even know that anybody buys them anymore because you can stream all kinds of movies and things. Anyway, we digress. Back to easy survival foods. If you live in Alaska or you're considering traveling to Alaska, I thought I would compare the Alaska Walmart prices for these basic easy survival foods. They're inexpensive. It may be more expensive here than where you live, but they're still reasonably affordable food that can last a long time and provide basic meals. The first item is oatmeal. Oatmeal can last a very long time, and a box of oatmeal, the Great Value brand at this time, is $4.38, whether you want the instant oats or the old-fashioned oats. I always buy the old-fashioned oats. I feel like they're tastier, they last longer, and you actually get a few more servings out of the box. If you read the fine print, sometimes it makes a difference. Next, let's talk about honey. You can find honey in, for example, a 24-ounce jar like this one for $9.97. It's best if you can find it in glass. It's best if you can find it more locally grown than anywhere else. For one thing, if you have, say, allergies and you take a teaspoon every day of your local honey, that can help with your allergies because you are consuming what are the plants in your area. You should still always try to find organic, raw, unfiltered, and American provided if you can. Honey can last forever. If it solidifies, you can place the container into a pan of warm water and it will loosen it up. Don't ever put it in the microwave though, and never boil it, because then you're going to destroy the medicinal properties of your honey. Next, vinegar is a wonderful, easy, long-lasting food. It's very versatile. You can use white vinegar for cleaning, and then there's a lot of health benefits into an apple cider vinegar. 1 gallon of white vinegar at Walmart in Alaska is $3.54. If you wanted a 32-ounce bottle of Bragg's all-natural apple cider vinegar with the mother in it, it's $7.52. Next, let's look at powdered milk. If you've watched my channel at all, you know that my favorite powdered milk is Nido Fortificata because it is actually made from whole milk, and I think it's pretty tasty. You can find it on the Hispanic aisle because it is a product of Mexico, and I think the tariffs have kicked in on Nido Fortificata already. It used to be about $17, and currently at Walmart in Alaska, it's $24.98. Sometimes you can also find the Nido Fortificata on Amazon, and it can be a better bargain. It's a product that goes in and out of stock. The price goes up and down anyway, so I don't know if this is a new because of the tariff. How come it's so expensive? But it is. But I like it. Doesn't last as long as non-fat powdered milk, but it's certainly my milk of choice as long as I can afford it and I can find it available. You can buy the Great Value powdered non-fat dry milk. The Nido Fortificata has 56 servings for its price, but the non-fat dry milk from Great Value is 40 servings for $13.68. So it is less expensive. I don't think it tastes very good, but it can certainly last much longer. And if milk is something you want to have Find an option that you like the flavor, you're willing to use, rotate, and replace it, and then have the amount that you can use in a reasonable amount of time before it is spoiled. So the Nido Fortificata lasts a few years, but if you store the powdered non-fat dry milk cool, dark, and dry in an airtight container, it can last for many, many more years than that. There are all kinds of canned meats. This is just a variety out of my pantry. Canned meat, in my opinion, is the longest lasting canned foods. But cans just last, and it can go long past the date on it. It's always a good idea to check out what the date is on your canned food and use it before that date, because the manufacturer is guaranteeing that it will be top quality. You also want to always inspect your can to make sure nothing is leaking, bulging, or doesn't look right. Anything that looks greasy, and when you pop it open, you want to make sure that the pressure was still there and that everything looks and smells okay. But if you want to find a different variety of canned meat at Walmart, these are the prices that I found in Alaska. Small cans of chicken are $1.53. Small cans of tuna are 88 cents. Luncheon loaf, which is like a generic Spam, is $2.24. If you want a can of the actual legitimate real Spam, Walmart has a huge variety of different flavors of Spam for $4.46. Walmart in Alaska has a 1-pound can of ham for $5. You can also find smaller cans like the size of the chicken or tuna that are chopped up ham that's less expensive. Then you can find bigger cans of meat in the Great Value brand at Alaska Walmart. And if you wanted to find the roast beef, it's $5.12. And I also like this pulled pork, and it's $5.36 at my Alaska Walmart. Whatever kind of meat you like to eat, that's the kind you should stock up on. Don't buy foods you don't like or you've never tried. If you want to try one, take it home and check it out. Try it. If you like it, you can always go back and get more. And if you don't like it, next time you go to the store, choose something else, so that your food on your pantry shelves is food that you're willing to eat, you're willing to use, rotate, replace, so that you're going to continue to grow your stockpile and have enough food, no matter what the future holds. Next, dried beans can last forever. Pinto beans are the most popular for the different variety of sizes. I think they're also the most frequently prepared around the world. I'm just going to compare the prices of a 2-pound bag of beans, different types of beans, because it does make a difference on what the price is per pound. 2 pounds of pinto beans is $2.48. 2 pounds of black beans is $3.56. 2 pounds of white beans is $2.94. So it certainly makes a difference in the price as far as the type of beans that you want to prepare. So keep that in mind when you're looking them over. If budget is really a concern, you may want to find the least expensive beans, which are pinto beans. Just make sure that you like them, that you're willing to cook them, use them, rotate and replace them. Otherwise, spend the extra money and get the beans that you enjoy. Canned beans are also a great food to have on hand, because dried beans, you have to soak them or cook them. You need a lot of water, you need a lot of time. You can find Great Value canned beans, which these are just other varieties, which they cost more. But if you look at the Great Value cans of beans, each of the different varieties, what I saw, was $1.12. Sometimes it makes a huge difference what kind of bean it is, how much they cost, especially when they're dried. But to see that in cans, they're all the same price for now, that's a good deal, especially if you want some of the dried beans that are more expensive. You can have them in canned form. If budget is really a concern, though, realize that 1 pound of dried beans is equal to 3.5 cans of beans. So you are getting a better deal with dried beans. They're going to last the longest, but you need water and time and a way to prepare them. So sometimes we don't have the time, we don't have the facilities available if we can't cook, and so we can open a can of beans, add it in with something else, spice it up a little bit, and then we can get a meal on the table. Rice is also a great, easy to prepare, long-lasting food, but you need to put it away cool, dark, and dry in an airtight container. You can find rice, everything from a 1-pound bag, I don't know, up to 20 pounds at Walmart, and probably even larger in other stores. So find the amount of rice that you can afford and that you can reasonably use. Don't just stock up on 100 pounds of rice if you have no intention of eating it because it's cheap and people say that's what preppers need. You should always be stockpiling food that you know how to use, you're willing to eat, and then you're willing to actually use it. At Walmart, the 5-pound bag of rice was $4.34. Pasta is a great long-lasting food. You need to store it in an airtight container. Don't put it away in your pantry just in a box or in the cellophane wrapper because it gets stale, it'll get spilled on, it'll spill out of the package. It can get infested with things or cross-contaminated if something else is spilled. So I was happy to see that the Great Value macaroni was only $1.08 a pound, and all of the other varieties of pastas, the spaghetti, linguine, rotini, all the different shapes, are $1.23 a pound. Remember when they used to be 88 cents and then $1? Yeah. Now they're $1.23. So prices are going up. It makes sense to just stock up on some more of these items. Don't neglect your seasonings and spices. You can pick up small containers at Walmart and at other stores. The seasonings that I use most frequently are garlic powder and onion powder, and in a small container, they were selling at Alaska Walmart for $1.16. The box of salt is $1, and the thing that was shocking to me was the smallest Great Value container of black pepper was $4.53. I remember thinking pepper wasn't any more expensive than, say, garlic powder, but maybe I haven't bought it in a long time, and I have purchased like gigantic containers of it, so I haven't gone shopping for the small containers of pepper in quite a while. Let us know if you think that that's an extravagant price for pepper. I thought it was, so I was glad I didn't need to buy it today. When you're stockpiling food, don't forget you need to have water. You should have at least 1 gallon of water per day per person in your family. It makes far more sense to have at least 2 gallons of water per day. And the 1 gallon containers of water, just the basic, don't get the ones that are in those like milk carton that are super cheap because those don't last. Buy the ones that are a little sturdier, and their price at Walmart is $1.92. And a 24-pack was $4.97. However, they were out of stock. Bottled water is out of stock. And so they can say it's whatever price they want. And I don't know if that has to do with plastic is something that isn't being affected by tariffs. And I had read a while ago that you could expect the shortages and higher prices of bottled water because of the plastic. So lo and behold, here it is. Several of these items that we were told would be affected by tariffs already seem to be. I don't know if that's what it is because I haven't done my investigative reporting. I've just done my little personal research to share this information with you. So prices are going up, but food is still available. We can still have the things we need. We just may need to scrimp a few pennies and maybe pass up on a few of the special treats and luxuries, because everybody still has a few of those, to ensure our future that we have what we really need. Let us know in the comments below, what are some other easy survival food that you would want to have in your prepper pantry, in your food storage stockpile, so that going forward, no matter what happens, you'll be able to take care of yourself and your family. That's the whole reason to be a prepper. We want every day to go smoothly. That's why I'm a prepper, and I encourage others to be one as well. I hope you'll like my video, share it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.